when we leave there, we don't even want to look at each other or speak to one another. So I would not say anything. If I don't like something, I wouldn't say anything, but I would respond by being upset about it. But I don't vocalize it. And I'll just for days go out being angry, not talking. She blew out all the things, the lid about all my behaviors, because I used to think I'm a good guy.
Well, another week, another beautiful episode of Love, Marriage, and Family podcast right here with Mo and Pindi. Thank you so much for joining us again for this week. And it's been a lovely week, isn't it?
It has been.
Yeah. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the comments. Thanks for the likes. And if it's your first time, tuning in on this podcast, please subscribe and like so we can you can be updated about the content that we put out there, and it'll be just lovely to have you around, and certainly the comments with you. And as I said, I'm not alone. I'm with the wonderful Pindi.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, guys. It's great to be back this week. It's great to be here with you. We are excited about the couple that we are sitting with today. We are sitting with Mr. and Mrs. Faba.
Yeah.
Like
Or
that.
should I
like
say
that.
Faba?
Faba.
You
Or
know?
Faba.
Faba.
Yes.
Whichever way it comes out.
Yeah,
It sounds good.
yeah.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
But
Mr.
how is it pronounced, the proper pronunciation?
Where I come from, Eastern Cape,
Yes.
they'll say Faba.
Yes, Faba. I'm from
So,
PE.
so that B must like,
Be like,
well,
you know,
Faba.
yeah, it's dubulele ngaphakathi.
Yeah.
You know? Faba.
In English, that it's Mr. and Mrs. Faba.
English people, yeah.
Guys,
Close
thank
to
you.
fab.
You know what I mean?
Fabulous.
Actually, Guys, thank you so much. We have a beautiful couple in studio today, and we're excited to share on their journey on love, marriage, and family. And I think we couldn't have found better people to share on this, having been 24 years together. So, guys, welcome to Love, Marriage, and Family with Mo and Pindi. It's good to have you.
Thank you so much. It's
you
such
so
a
much.
pleasure to be here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think just to start us off, you mentioned Eastern Cape, and I'm thinking, that's not where Priscilla is from,
Yeah,
So where did it begin for you guys? Where did this love journey begin for the two of you?
Do you want to start, maybe?
I'll give it to the first lady.
Okay, we found each other, or God connected us in Cape Town.
Okay.
In Cape Town, one girl from the village of Kwakwa, and Shawn from Eastern Cape, and I was in Pentec, which is now Cape Peninsula.
Cape Peninsula.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was in UWC.
And then?
And one day I decided I'm not gonna go home on holiday. It was March, because I had gigs for modeling.
Okay.
We took a train with my friend, and the next training station is UWC. And then he came in, and then I'm looking at him, like I'm judging him actually, because he had a tattoo here. I'm like, this guy with tattoo.
Yeah.
Like, I just decided to just pick on him, and only to find that few minutes later we will be robbed in the train. And guess who's the hero?
Oh, the tattoo
The tattoo
the guy with the tattoo. The guy-
And
wow.
yeah, that's basically how we met, and everybody wanted his number because
Like
we were a
where?
group of girls.
guy. Oh, with your friend.
Because now he's a hero. Every girl wants a
A
hero,
hero.
you know.
Yeah.
And already he has already given me the number. And it's like, oh, you can get my numbers from Priscilla. Did I give it to them?
Of course you wouldn't. The gatekeeper.
No, I didn't. I didn't give it.
Like Priscilla, you can't do that to yourself now.
I'm like, I cannot sabotage myself at all. So basically, that's how we met.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, what a journey.
Yeah.
Is that what happened for you, Mr. Faber? Or
Yeah, it is a gospel truth.
yeah.
It was one afternoon, and I'm just sitting waiting for my train.
Yeah.
Waiting for my train, as usual. Class is finished. I'm sitting there waiting, and I saw these 3 girls as the train is stopping.
Yeah.
I saw these tall girls coming out of one carriage, going to the next one. They were in the train already because they're
Yeah.
coming from Pentec or CPUT.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So I'm going in the same carriage.
Yeah.
And then I went and sat down. I've got these headphones, and I'm just minding my business. And I could see they're looking in my direction, but I'm just looking.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
if I'm sitting here and I'm saying I knew what's going to happen on the day, I'll be lying.
Yeah.
Isn't it strange though? I
Yeah.
mean, how God works, because
Yeah.
you guys found each other under that circumstance,
Yeah.
and you were both available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, were they available?
That's
the
my question.
So hence I'm saying that I'm just sitting there minding my own business. I've got nothing about relationship. I'm going to meet
Yeah.
someone on the day. But, faith has it. And some commotion took place inside the train.
Yeah.
And man, you don't want to be there when it happens. Cape Town.
Yeah.
And the ladies, I mean, the screaming. And there were people inside the train.
Nobody wanted to help.
The train was full. I mean, there were people, students, a mixture of people.
Oh, wow.
So thank God that time I was doing self-defense.
Yeah.
Because I could read, the situation, what's happening,
Yeah.
and you know when to get involved, you know when not to.
Sure.
So I've studied there were about 4 or 5 guys, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Two were adults and 3 were like, I would say 14, 15.
Yeah.
If you knew them before, I would have said it was part of your plan.
No, yeah, it was all
Yeah, I set
orchestrated.
it up.
I want to shine.
There's a woman I want to impress. Then.
So, maybe cut a long story short, the guys went on them, took their phones and what have you, and I thought, I'm next here. If I'm not going to make a move,
Yeah.
I'm next. So I took out my phone, I put it in my bag, and I approached the 2 guys who were busy with them. So the others were holding the door so that when they finished
they
reading, they
jump.
said they jump.
Yeah.
So the guy was busy, I don't know, with Priscilla's friend, taking the
Even
phone.
remember.
Yeah.
He already took their phones.
Oh my
They are in the bags. So I like scratched him and he looked at the other way and I had him down.
Yeah.
And there was commotion in the train.
Sure.
Yeah.
Everybody's screaming and I'm calling some backup because I've got the guy now down.
Yeah.
You know, you can't move.
Yeah.
He's screaming and kicking.
Yeah.
Sure.
Help. And and he jumped because I had those things they used to call Walkmans before.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I
yes.
remember.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
with,
yes.
with a cassette.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
had that, And I'm
Yes.
thinking, this guy's kicking the screen on a break, man.
My Walkman,
Oh
yeah.
my word.
So and I took it up and he jumped and off they went.
So
Wow.
So they got away.
yeah.
And we finally got to Cape Town and we exchanged numbers. And I took them to the police station to lay the charge and so forth. I was so furious, man, because during that time, if you catch people who you were rewarded.
Yeah.
You were rewarded, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Cape Town. So I was upset. So
You
2 things.
You didn't
I'm
get a
upset
reward.
these guys got away.
You didn't have them. Yeah.
Yes, I'm upset they got away and they got away with one of the phones. Eh?
Yeah, my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they got away like that. And that was it, man. And I gave them my numbers.
Yeah.
I said to them, listen, if you guys need anything, just call me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I gave the number to Priscilla without knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without
so,
knowing, Priscilla decided to keep
Yeah.
the number.
So 2 days, I think 2 days later, and then I
A
called.
day later, actually.
Was it a day
I
later?
didn't waste time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a day later,
How
I
can
was
you?
staying in town. So a day later, I called them. They were staying in Belleville, the student precinct. So I called them. I said, "How are you guys?" I said, "Oh, we okay." She said, "We okay," and we
Yes,
are like,
plural.
together. Yes, we okay. I said, "Look, I want to take you guys out to the waterfront. If you guys are okay."
The group.
Yes.
Ish, okay.
So I'm talking now to Priscilla all alone. I'm
Yes.
thinking I'm talking to the group of people.
Yeah.
Priscilla keeps on answering me in plural and okay. So I set the entire thing up. I came through and I asked Priscilla, where's the rest? And she was already dressed up and ready.
She
for
came
me.
by herself
No, I came to collect them.
to them.
Yes.
Okay.
Got there. I'm asking, Priscilla's already dressed up, ready to go. I'm asking, where's the rest of the guys? I said, no, I'm the only one. And she started saying to me, no, the other one stays that far. The other one stays.
She
And then
had
I
to
thought-
make she had to ensure they have,
She pushed the address even further. You know. So,
Then I said to her, no, it's fine. Let's go together because, I mean, You know, that's
Well,
not going to
yeah.
work out to go and fetch people in different directions. So that's it.
Strategy.
Yeah.
Priscilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why bring a crowd when you already know what I am
Yeah.
coming in here?
And so obviously the relationship develops because obviously there is that common point.
Yeah.
And so you've got something to talk about. And then
Yeah.
from there, you know, it gets to kind of like, you know,
Maybe.
kind of
Yeah.
kind of interested in you, you know.
Oh no, it didn't even happen like that. All
Yeah?
of a sudden, he's telling me that, okay, we were crossing the road.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you've got beautiful hands. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. And
See what I mean?
and then the next thing, because he was holding my hand. And
Even
he-
that,
yeah.
okay.
And then he tells me that he's not interested in the relationship. He's on the rebound. He just
Oh.
and we can be friends. In my heart, I'm like, dude, I've got too many guy friends.
And you are one of them.
I am not interested. If nothing happens between us, it's the last day you see me today.
Yes.
So I feel like God had to do something quickly because all of a sudden later on that day, he started calling me his wife. I'm like, we were so fast. We were on the fast lane.
Oh my word.
Even at the rest, they were telling me, Priscilla, you are on the fast lane. You're
Slow
gonna fall.
down.
You're gonna something bad is gonna happen because we were too fast.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
And then where do things start to develop now? You have the number. Obviously, you didn't share the number with your friends, which was quite strategic on your end.
Yes.
Just in case he finds interest somewhere else. So surely your friends asked you, Guti, then
That guy.
what happened to our hero?
Later on, they saw us together. They saw even later when I had my last born, one of them saw us in Rema,
You
and
kidding?
she kept on saying, "You."
Yeah.
You did not waste
I
time.
was just laughing. I just laughed because I knew what she's trying to say.
Yeah.
Oh my word. So where do you guys start taking things seriously now? Obviously, you are both at tertiary at that time, but where do you, obviously, a girl needs to be asked out. So at what point do you say, look, I think I want to take this to the next level?
I think, Sis Pindi, what happened there, everything was spontaneous from there onwards. I'll tell you that. And ngesixhosa, they would say, "Mhlawumbe amdlisile," because it was me
Yeah.
who was persisting. Now, calling now, I went to drop her, and I keep on calling. I'll call 5 times a day. At night as well, I'm calling.
Yeah.
This guy can't get
The guy who's
the
on the
lady out of
rebound.
her mind. So,
Yeah.
hence, Priscilla is saying it's sort of like
It was too fast.
fast
Yeah.
in a sense because we couldn't get out of each other's ways. And she would even skip classes as well. And she
wow.
would even skip classes as well.
Hope your family is not watching.
Yeah. Especially kids. It's important to remain in class.
And I would assist her with her homework. Let me call it assignments.
Yes.
Do a computer assignments. I didn't know anything about computers. How I managed to sort out a computer assignments, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I would help you because
Yeah.
I'm the one who said,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, she couldn't make it for class. And
Yeah.
but it happened so fast. And we met 99, March 1999, the same year. God blessed us. And when Priscilla broke the news, remember, I'm doing chemical engineering my second year.
Yeah.
Man, oh boy. If I would say that we expected something like that to happen, because we're just having fun. We're enjoying one another's space and we just...
Spending time
together. Priscilla broke the news that, I'm not feeling okay. That's how it came about. I'm not feeling okay. I'm like, okay, now let's go to the doctor. So we went. And they said, what do they call it? You're late. Or what do they call it?
yeah.
Pregnant.
Yeah.
Basically, yes.
So I thought, okay, cool. I thought, okay, cool. It was shocking to me because I'm thinking I'm a student. And I was partially funding my studies as well because I was doing part-time modeling. And I'm like, okay, she's pregnant. What am I going to do? I'm sitting there in the waiting room with the doctor. And the doctor is busy on her. He said, wait a minute, I see something else here. because I thought it's a
One
She said,
child.
you expecting twins. Sure.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there now. I'm a 90-year-old, I think 20-year-old sitting there. I'm thinking,
That's what
"Yo."
happens when you skip classes.
And that's happened in the same year.
Oh
Same
my.
year. And in fact, I think we jumped a step back because when we met in March, I forcefully, because I know culturally that's not allowed.
Yeah.
In Xhosa, you will not do that at all.
Yeah.
So I said to Priscilla in June, during the recess period, I'm going home with you. Yo. So
She's
that was
pregnant. She's
before.
pregnant before the
Before
pregnancy.
the pregnancy,
Yes.
yeah, that was before that. And we went home with her. Yo, the reception I got
Wow.
was mind-boggling. And yeah, I was surprised.
I was
because
shocked
thought,
myself because my
So
mom is
when
so
you say
strict.
home, and you mean in
Is it
Kwala?
her?
Yes,
Yes.
Oh, you went
Wow.
to her
Yes.
family
Wow.
home.
Let me tell you why he forced to go. On at some point, oh my earring. At some point, when we were on a date, there's a guy that I used to date
Yeah.
at home. He called from December till March. He didn't call.
Okay.
Now that day, he decided to call
Which day now?
when we were dating. Like,
Okay. Okay.
Everything is, some of the things are a bit blurry.
Yeah.
But he called on a day and he asked me, who is that? I'm like, never mind him. Never mind. It's one of my people at home.
Yeah.
Drop the phone. And we went to go and kick water at the beach. While I was laughing with him, showing the last teeth.
Yes.
It's like, so what was that phone call all about?
Something about that call.
Like, I had to tell the truth that, you know what, this guy, I almost got killed because of him. So I decided not to,
Yeah.
just to distance myself. I didn't really say it's over.
Okay.
But this is what's going. So that guy thinks when you go home,
There's this guy waiting
this
for
thing
you.
might rekindle or whatever. Let me go. I need to make sure. Okay, that's my thoughts. That's what I
Yes.
thought.
Yes.
That, so that's how he went home. And I told my mom that, hey, this guy wants to come home. I know this is not done. He's like, bring him. I'm like, okay. He came and they got along very well.
Yeah. So who was at home at that time? Both your parents,
My
siblings.
my mom only.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom only. My dad was no more that time.
Okay.
now he was with another wife.
Oh, he was,
staying
yeah.
with another wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Separated, yeah.
They were separated. The reason why I'm a bit confused is
Yeah.
because he passed on just
Yes.
Sure.
During
After
that
one
period.
time,
Yes, yeah, during the
Okay.
time, yeah.
So you do something that is unusual. Bring somebody home. I actually thought you're the one who took her to your home. So it was the other way around.
Other
So
way
you
around.
brought a boyfriend
everything
home.
was in reverse.
Yeah. So how does a 19-year-old deal with twins? You're not yet finished at school. You are doing second year,
Yeah,
and there are
Here you
twins.
are.
There are twins coming,
yeah.
and that means romance. It's not going to be a very romantic period.
Yeah.
A lot of practicalities,
Yeah.
clothes, feeding, and a whole lot of practical.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Can I get in there, Mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
19, 20-year-old, obviously, like I said, I'm partially funding myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My upbringing, literally, I mean, I've grew up so quickly, so fast in
Yeah.
Eastern Cape that at 12, when I was 12 years old, I was thinking like a 16-year-old or 18-year-old when I was that age. And when the news broke, Priscilla and I went to the library in Belleville because we were very close to Belleville because
Yeah.
of the campus
Yeah.
and all
Yeah.
of that. So we went to the library just to go and sit there and reflect on this thing. What are we going to do? So I'm not sure she's reading my mind because I was also confused. I don't want to lie to anyone of saying
Yes. You
I
knew
took it like
what
this.
to do.
I was shocked more. And She looked at me. She says to me, Shawn, look, if you don't want to be part of this, you know, you can leave because I mean you're doing your second year, and I don't want this to be. I said, look, this is a decision both of us will take. I want to stick by you. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do, but we want to trust God. We'll trust this process will, work out for the good. And believe you me, I did not know. The parents doesn't know about this either. This part of us going during the recess June to her home, they didn't pick up anything. They didn't pick up anything. It's only in July when we got back to Cape Town.
Yeah.
July, August, round about there. Then when we found out that what's currently happening. Parents still in the dark. We still need to break the news to our parents about this thing. She was also doing second year, I think. Second, going to third year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here I am. I had a close friend of mine who was doing law, Linda. So I went to him and I said, Linda was very fond of the two of us, and he knows the story, how we met. It's a beautiful love story. I said, listen, man, hey, going to get something. And now I'm talking you know, going to get something. You don't show this lady. Hey, you don't know. Priscilla is expecting. So he jumped off the ship. So he said, what are you going to do now? I said, man, look, I don't know. But all I know that I'm going to stick by her because what is she going to do? Eventually, we broke the news to the parents. And Priscilla attended classes. Her stomach started growing. And, throughout the process, I was with her.
Yeah.
Throughout. And until, I mean, the visits as well, I'll bunk my classes.
To go for.
Yeah, chemical engineering is a very intense course, and I would bunk my classes because I didn't want to miss an appointment in Tiger Valley with her.
Yeah.
So throughout the process, I was with her. And the grace, and when I look back, I said, how did I do that?
Sure.
Because I
Yeah.
can only say now it's a grace.
Yeah.
Because Linda, always a friend of mine, says, Shawn, anyone at that level, at your
Sure.
age, knowing the guys of our generation, he would have I'd said no.
And worse, Shawn, it's not just one child.
Yeah,
It's true.
Like two.
yes.
You know?
How would your parents take it though?
When you
Because
eventually break the news.
this is now, as you
Yeah.
say, they found out about June, July. You say,
Yeah.
July, August. You now moving towards the end of the year. There's final exams. There's a whole lot of things happening.
Yeah.
And in the midst of that, there's a stomach that is growing,
Yeah.
a womb that is growing, and you still need to tell the parents
news, yeah.
and so on. How is that process? How are you guys managing that process?
Well, look, like I said, that throughout this process, I was with her. And
Yeah.
I think when we broke the news to the mother, because we both have single parents.
Yeah.
On my side, a single parent as well, on her side as well. Her mother took it very well. My mother, on my side, she was that don't care type of lady. And because with her, she didn't really bother much.
Yeah.
I was more worried about her mother because she has two daughters, and Priscilla's the elder, the elder one. Obviously, with an elder daughter, there's an expectation.
Yeah.
So you go to varsity, you
Yeah.
to finish, your younger one has to follow. Now you coming, instead of, you go and achieve
Instead
what
of
we said
bringing a
before,
degree, you're bringing
you're bringing
two
something
babies.
else. Yeah. And I want to say to someone out there as well that, look, with parents as well, they're not going to show you the true side, how they're feeling. But with time, that now will tend to now, to reveal itself that, look, I actually was not happy with you.
Yeah, we only saw later that
It only
was
came out
not
later on.
How did that come out, Priscilla?
her behavior.
Yeah.
And
She changed.
she changed.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
really changed, and we understood
Yeah.
that I'm the only daughter, and she expected something from me, and all of a sudden, I am pregnant. I'm not bringing anything now. I have to channel everything to the children, and I thank God for that woman, because even after I gave birth, I had to leave the kids with her.
Back home.
I left them with her at
Yeah.
home, and so that I can go and finish. So if it wasn't for her, I probably would have dropped out.
Dropped out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
So you attend classes, you attend lectures, until your full, what is it called? Full trimester. Is that what it is?
Full cycle.
Full,
cycle.
Yeah,
full
trimester,
cycle.
you can say
Yeah.
that the full
You know,
cycle,
until
yeah.
the full cycle. Is that what happened, or
I
did you
actually-
take time off?
I actually was very lucky because I gave birth around April.
Oh,
Okay. the
April
following
was
year.
was holiday,
yeah. Oh, okay, okay.
and it was holiday, and it was what is this thing that they give
Easter.
us? Where they allow you to go and work.
Or
Oh,
in-service
in
training.
service
In-service.
training.
Oh,
Yes.
Service
yeah.
training. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
It was
so-
during that, and
Okay.
I managed to take care of my kids,
Gotcha.
And be there.
breastfeed,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then go back to school.
And then I want us to go back a little. How did you break the news to your mom? Like,
Yes,
did you take Shawn with you?
Sean was there. Sean was there, but here's a funny thing. You know, there's this thing of mothers. They can see that.
Sense.
Yeah.
But my mom didn't see because I always had a bomber. But she suspected because I was ugly. Not the nose and everything. But the lady next door.
She broke the
They-
news.
No, she was scamming. She was like, but they take kids to Cape Town and they come back with stomachs.
Yes. So she could see.
Oh my
I'm
word.
doomed. And that is when we decided, hey, let's hurry
need to
up and
end
break the
quickly.
news.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does she say this to your mom, or she speaks about
passing.
it?
Oh, I know those
Yes.
comments.
Yeah. passing.
Snides.
Yeah.
Oh my
You know?
god!
And she was loud, making sure that everybody can hear.
Ooh, I'm sure Mawuzo Leonto Uvalo. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
she's talking to me.
I actually laughed and I went to Shawn and I'm like, hey,
We need to
Yeah.
do
We
we
something.
need to do something.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh my.
And so the relationship
That's a-
obviously gets stronger because now they're kids.
Yeah.
Now you are at university. You are more sort of motivated to like, we have to do this and finish
We've
this.
got children.
We've got children, you know, so we gotta, get back, to the real world, work and all of those kind of things.
Yeah.
How does that process work out? Finishing, going back to work. I know you did say that there were things that you were doing to take care of yourself,
Yeah.
and so on. How does that process, that transition then from the full-time student
Yeah.
Parents.
to full-time parent and, in the working world?
I'm going to take a step back from there and sort of take it from now, the kids are there.
Yeah.
Priscilla left them with the mother, and I think I was doing maybe my third year.
Yeah.
Also going into in-service training. And God blessed me with a bursary. Now Anglo-American took me on, and now find myself working. But while I was also working, I was doing now my, what they call this, post.
Yes.
Yeah, studies. So there was a campus ministry, which both of us, we attended.
Yeah.
Because at that time, both of us, we didn't know about salvation and
Yeah.
that sort of thing. And
We thought we were fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we didn't know anything about salvation and anything else. And we attended every Sunday. We would attend church,
Yeah.
student ministry, beautiful setting and everything else. And Priscilla, she responded to the altar call, and she accepted. And there was resistance from me because I didn't know what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember those university days. You sometimes think, how boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or your mate's gonna look at you and say
Funny.
and laugh at you
Yeah.
because we are still like kids. We're sitting right at the back, all the naughty ones
Yeah,
sitting
yeah,
right
yeah,
at the back,
yeah.
watching who's going to the front.
Yes. Yes.
And sometimes the pastor would handpick us to go and pray, and we
Okay.
would laugh at our friends who couldn't even pray. So, so yeah, I am sitting right at the back. Priscilla responded to the altar call, and boy, oh boy, then it was a turning point for her. And we were sharing a res together. And we didn't know about all of these things, and it needs to help someone out there. And we had also what they call counseling. Priscilla had counseling, assigned a counsel to her, telling her, listen, Priscilla, now this path you've taken, it's a new beginning. It's a new life.
Yes.
Right? Obviously, there are a number of things which need to change. And it came to now, our relationship.
Yes.
So, I mean, students, they listen to fat and set and
Nobody can.
that sort of thing. So,
Yeah.
In the campus.
Yeah.
in the campus, yes.
Yo.
So, and Priscilla, we talked about it. This is, we need to change this arrangement. And listen, there were people who were offering, saying, "No, Shawn can come and stay with me." There's some guy who says, "Shawn," because they were adamant to get this thing right.
Yeah.
And I don't like this arrangement, man.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
messing
not
up with
safe.
your vibe, Monty.
Yes, me, I'm not safe, man. I'm not. I think this whole thing is unfair because I don't understand this thing. How does it affect me? So and really that thing, it did bring about tension because I don't understand. Nobody explained. Priscilla is actually, I would say, in terms of now she's up there, I'm here.
Yeah, yeah.
And it took one service, one Sunday. I'm sitting in my normal place,
Spot.
Naughty corner.
and they call the altar call. I did not go the first time. They call it again. You know, the pastors are persisting. They know that you are struggling. Someone wants to come. Man, I went down there, the aisle there. I went down and shaking. And I stood there and, you know, I accepted Christ that day. I accepted Christ that day. I also didn't know what I was doing, but I
Yeah.
found myself there in front.
Yeah.
And they've also assigned a counselor to me, and I went through those counseling sessions as well. Even though I still did not get it, why we can't be together. And we were blessed to have a pastor. They were married. They were associated pastors at the university, and they called us for dinner. They said, "You guys are so unique. I don't know. There's something about the two of you." And then we told them about the struggles. I mean, what we're facing. And he says, "No, don't bash yourself too much. It is expected because this is something new
Yeah.
you guys are experiencing. So it's going to take time." Man, it was a process. I'm not going to lie. It was a process. It would be back and forth. You know, we stay apart and then we back doing the same old thing.
Yeah, yeah. Naturally.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was not like, "No, we fine, now we cool." No, it was
Yeah.
like, yeah, well, until such time we thought, no, we need to now grow, and this is not right. Because, you know, when you die within self, when you do something wrong, you feel it.
Yeah.
No, man, this is not right, you're uncomfortable. So when we got to that point, I realized that, no, we know now what we need to do, because all things are new. You know, the past, it's
Yeah.
gone. You can't be looking back. So from there onwards, Priscilla relocated to Johannesburg, and I was in Cape Town working in the mine then. And I had to resign and followed her. She was working at KPMG. Still, when I got here, I didn't have a job. So it's fat and set again. So,
Same
this
situation.
Thing, this thing does not stop.
Yeah.
This thing does not stop. And it was very uncomfortable. You don't want it, but it's circumstances.
Yeah.
And 2005, I'm now running with this. 2005, and then we decided, look, we're going to get serious with this. Now we are full-time in Rhema. We're getting serious. We are serving in Rhema, and
We are home cell leaders.
home cell leaders.
Still not married.
Still not married. Yeah. Home cell leaders. 2005, we go to marital counseling the entire year. I'll tell you about marital counseling. It was never nice.
Yeah.
Because now we were staying together, we thought we knew each other. But when we leave there, we don't even want to look at each other or speak to one another out of those sessions. And I always say to people, we're counseling today now, they want to jump that step. And I said to them, listen, this is actually a good step, because you think you know each other until you go through the marital counseling sessions. So it was entire 2005, I think. Yeah, before we got married in 2006.
What was the cause for not wanting to look at each other after the marital counseling?
Oh, no, after the sessions.
Yeah.
So it would be things which comes out of there. Because remember, I had something which it was a habit of not talking. And I thought it was a good thing. So I would not say anything. If I don't like something, I wouldn't say anything, but I would respond by being upset about it. But I don't vocalize it. And Priscilla's very vocal, and she speaks, and I wasn't. And I would just for days go out being angry, not talking.
And she doesn't know why, obviously.
And she doesn't know why as well. And it came out of the counseling sessions. It's almost like She blew out all the things, the lid about all my behaviors, because I used to think I'm a good guy.
That's what everybody used to tell you.
I used to think I'm a good guy until somebody pointed out some things, I need to change. And I'm like, wow, I never knew this, because I thought, I'm a good guy. Because a lot of people sometimes, they don't handle criticism very well.
Yeah.
You're doing your things like nobody says, this is wrong, and you think it's right.
Yeah.
Until such time somebody points it out and you flip. And there were other things as well, for expectation, which we learn out of that. I mean, it was really edifying because we come out from backgrounds, both of us, I would say, not speaking for her, that a relationship was not modeled. I come from a family background as well, where when I look at a family structure, it's chaotic.
Yeah.
So I was back home in Eastern Cape, Craddock, where I come from. My aunt, married to her husband at the time, they since passed, both of them, is that those old family setting is that the wife needs to be obedient to the husband, regardless, whether he comes, whichever form, drunk, he left Monday. I mean, they've packed his bag.
There was no model.
Yeah, he doesn't come back. He only comes back on a Sunday. Lost all. The only thing you'll find on him is that brown envelope, which only
Where
shows
money
his
was.
salary is, where his money was. But
Sure.
he has got nothing. So one grew up in that sort of environment.
Yeah.
There was not a perfect model. And then you look at your elder cousins and brothers. You think that you're gonna see some examples there as well. It's a pattern. It's a pattern. And for me, when I saw all of this, I told myself that this is not how I want to turn out. I do know that there isn't a perfect model for me which I can look up to and says, this is how I need to behave. So the characters of not talking, thinking whatever I'm doing, it's right. Because I never had anyone who says, Shawn, if you behave that way, it's not sorting out anything.
Sure.
You're making matters worse. So I had to learn certain things out of this counseling session, and obviously learning from one another. The expectation part, which is a problem. Expecting certain things to be done a certain way. If it's not done the certain way I'm expecting, I've got a problem with that.
And you don't communicate.
And I don't communicate.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my word.
I don't communicate about it.
I can imagine how that makes you feel as a woman, because
It was frustrating because he never communicated. Even during counseling session, I will tell the counselor, he does this, he does. And then when it's his turn, now I'm interested now to know what the problem is. Guy will not say anything. I think also it was his way to protect me also. He does not want, Shawn will never speak bad about me, with me. I remember even the other time I was telling my friend about him and I wrote an email. That time it was emails. Wrote an email talking bad about him, like, this guy.
You're sending it to a friend.
I'm sending to a friend. And then I clicked to Shawn Faba. The whole
You sent it to him
the whole
by
gossip,
mistake.
yeah, the whole gossip went straight to him.
Hey, he praised this guy.
Hey, it's like I didn't know this is how you feel, and I'm like, yeah, it was not meant for you to see.
But how amazing is God, though? Because it didn't get to him by mistake. He had to see all of this.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because it
mean-
would have ended up being just gossip.
honestly, because everything right now we might look everything is fine now, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went through it.
Yeah.
Oh my.
We went through it.
And so, 2006, you guys decide this is the year that the Lord has made.
And we shall rejoice in this year.
You know, you guys get married. You now live in Joburg, both of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And by this time, you already found your first job.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So,
Changing cars too.
change cars. That's right. You know, so now life is a little bit more comfortable.
Yes.
You know, with the twins around. Are the twins still with mom?
They were still
In between.
in between.
Oh, they're still in between. So they would come, they would visit, and then, you know, at what point are they with you permanently?
Sure. I think around, because that year, 2020, 2006, they were with us. They went, it was back and forth. It's a bit blurry.
Yeah.
But they did eventually come
Yeah.
to stay with us. And it was different because now they are used to the grandmother.
Of course.
Yes.
Now they are staying with us.
And they're how old at this point?
They are 24.
They're
No. I mean, in 2006.
I'm thinking like if I mention it now, people are gonna take out calculators.
We've already been calculating. like,
Now you just take it, they're probably 6 years old. I mean,
About
They're probably
6
six.
years. Okay. Yeah. I guess where I want to get at is
Yeah.
obviously that transition,
Yeah.
which is not just for you guys.
Yeah.
Transitioning from the relocation. She's working in Joburg. You had to come through as well.
Yeah.
Live with her under this guilt, obviously. And then 2006, you guys decide to get married, having gone through premarital counseling.
Yeah.
And then they have to come and join you guys.
Yeah.
You know, and then I want to talk about that transition because for a 6-year-old, I understand when you say they were used to, a certain way of living with grandma and so on, and now they have to live with you guys. How do you help them transition?
You won't believe that we only found out recently how they felt then.
Oh,
sure.
That we are not so kind. We were not so kind. They are because now remember I'm like, how do you say my mother was kind? Because she's the same woman who
Raised me.
raised me.
yeah.
Obviously, she will be kind to you, but to me, she was not the kindest person I know. So only now we find out that no, we were not so kind. The transition was not nice. The only thing that they were enjoying was nice food, because that side they were not eating nice food. They were eating traditional, because it's a village, obviously. They were eating traditional food. Now here we eating modern, spicy,
Yes.
food and everything. And obviously we took them out. Joburg is Joburg. There's a lot of places for
visit,
activities, but they only have a home and a yard. That's only thing. But they said there was so much love there, but this side there wasn't. They were scared of
What were you
us.
two doing?
Like
or
honestly, like
maybe-
I was so shocked. I
Yeah.
wanted to cry. This is bad.
Yeah.
Or maybe could it be that you guys were also unable to accommodate other people in your space without realizing it? Because it's always been the two of you,
Yeah.
and suddenly, boom, here are these two people.
But I was excited to have my kids. We were very excited. My husband wanted his kids here. One, because also, even though we were working, the money was not that good for us to share between two families, because we had to send money home and here. And then we thought, you know what? Let us bring them here. If we eat cabbage, we'll eat cabbage together. Because otherwise my mom will ask money twice, 3 times. And then we're like, this is not working for us.
And if you still have your kids there, you don't have an excuse.
No, you don't.
So yeah.
And then you guys decide, obviously, the twins not enough.
Hey. With
Or was that no decision?
No, there was no decision.
You were just enjoying life. As Shawn was saying earlier, we're just enjoying life.
I think Shawn hit again. What happened now?
Shawn with kids. When Abby, my last born, came, it was like, tada, hi, I'm here. Because even when I did my test, it was light. The other one was light, and the other one, I went to the clinic like, what is this? Because I did a home test.
Yeah.
They said, no, you're not pregnant. And I told my friend that, I'm so happy. I was so worried. This is what's happening. And I showed her. It's like, and then she screamed in the office, hey, guess who's pregnant? I was so upset with her. She's pregnant. I'm like, am I really pregnant? And I told her, but you know what? It looks like I was deceived at the clinic. I really am pregnant. He was not happy.
Who wasn't happy? Oh, okay.
He was not
Let
happy.
me come in.
And he's gonna defend himself.
You better come in because honestly,
I felt at that time we never had an opportunity to spend time with the twins. Yeah, we never had an opportunity to spend time with the twins. To circle back during before the transition,
Yeah.
is that they were still with their grandma,
Yeah.
and they used to cry all the time when we leave them. But the problem is we were staying in Rhodesfield, up the road here,
Yeah.
in Kempton Park, in a one-bedroom apartment. They had a lounge, but it was one bedroom.
Yeah.
So we couldn't really.
And they
keep
were
them there.
twos,
Yeah,
so-
they were twins as well. So until such time, I obviously got a new job. We're able to buy a house with 2-bedroom house.
Yeah.
This is now when this happened.
yeah.
Oh.
So yeah,
Great
I'm
timing.
really excited, saying, okay, now I'm advancing now and everything else. We created the space, a nice intimate space for the two of them with their beds and everything else. Boom.
Now there's another bed.
That's now okay. So all my plans are messed up. So all
Another
my plans-
upgrade required.
Yeah, so all my plans are messed up, and I don't have any justification for my reaction. I would say because that behavior I felt then, I tell you afterwards, I did not, because Priscilla,
I still ask him that, but that time, what was wrong? He's like, Priscilla, I don't know.
I honestly don't know. And
Yeah.
the way I love Abigail right now,
Oh,
so you know what, I can move mountains for her.
Yeah.
That's a love which I have for her. And I think
Yeah.
myself, why do I love her so much? Because
and it
not that
happened
I'm loving the
instantly.
other two
It
less.
happened instantly when
Yeah.
she was born. She was daddy's girl.
Yeah. The twins, are they boys or the girls?
Boys.
Boy
Boy
and
and
a
girl.
girl.
Boy and a girl.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So there
Oh,
was
cool.
a time when I looked at Abigail. It looks like they were overfeeding her. So she was too. Then I
Getting
got,
bigger,
I got
yeah.
worried. I took her instantly to the dietitian myself. I took it to the dietitian myself.
So much drama.
It was too much drama because all our kids are big. And I'm like, I don't understand why you have to take the child to a dietitian.
You know what I mean?
You know? But
And they told me, they said, no, it's fine. But they mustn't give her too much milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys were
the
just
love,
overfeeding.
Yeah, just the love I had for her. And yeah, from then and onwards, I mean, we had now 3 kids.
Yeah.
The 2 now are still living with their grandma. And they eventually came full-time with us.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything else, God was so faithful. I mean, everything else from there, it was just blessing after blessing.
That's cool.
Experiencing. We managed to move to a bigger house, a development which we went to view, and further down in R59. We now have a formal family setting.
Yeah.
The one which we always wanted. Everybody's got their rooms.
Yeah.
Now we experiencing this type of family setting.
Yeah.
We always watched out there, but that in itself as well, I would say it did not all come with it came with these challenges as well.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people look from the outside at a marital relationship and they think, wow, make no mistake, a lot of people were fond of us. They would wish when they look at us, I want to be that family.
Yeah.
And we had some challenges which everybody goes through,
Yeah.
those challenges and so forth. And obviously myself as well with my struggles, because I still had the issue, even after marital, the one of not being talkative. I still had that issue until one day I told myself, no, man, that's got to go.
Yeah.
That's got to go, because what I've learned more is that, in life, because when I reflect then, in life, the choices we make, we can't determine the outcomes. So it's either I'm going to have to change my ways and be the better man I want to become. So since then, obviously, I listen, and all that also comes with listening, what you're listening to. Because if you choose to listen to people who encourage bad behavior, you're going to stick to your mundane things
Yeah.
of doing, you think it's right. So, and yeah, as time goes on, because I had to now be a good model for my kids
For
as
your
well.
kids,
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's easy for the kids to pick up a behavior. I say, oh, this is how this dude is acting when he
Yeah.
doesn't like something. And then, okay, this is
So there's
how
nothing wrong with
it
it.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. What are the two, you mentioned just now that because I think it's quite critical to be open about some of the challenges that we go through. Because sometimes, I mean, when people look from the outside, it all looks good,
Yeah.
rosy. I know your guys' journey was not easy. I mean, starting from the
Yeah.
train station, you know, the start was not easy. But what are perhaps one or just two main things that you say we're just grateful that God helped us to overcome that hurdle? Is there one or two that you would like to share?
You know, people mustn't underestimate the thing of communication. With us, with us women, if you don't talk to us, it can literally drive us crazy. Like you can go and be admitted because somebody is not talking to you. That silent treatment, it can be very, very detrimental for a marriage. So to me, I thank God that we have overcome that. The moment we decided that, you know what, your peace is going to be my priority. My peace is going to be your priority. Let's speak about things. That was a breakthrough for me. That was because Shawn will just be quiet and we'll go for days. Like we'll go from Monday to Friday, not talking. And actually, we'll go for the whole weekend, not talking because he's busy with his things. He loves gymming. He'll go to the gym, and from 5 o'clock, and then he'll go to do groceries, and then he'll come back 5. Look, he had his own schedule. I'm like, I need you here, you
Yeah.
know. So those kind of things was very frustrating for me. But Monday, I'll go to work and then I'll start writing a whole email. That's how we used to solve things. And then he'll say sorry, and then Friday it starts again.
Okay.
Those cycles. So the moment that cycle broke, that was a serious breakthrough for me.
So you write a long email and then he responds with sorry.
We're sorry. Yeah. And then later on, I found out that he does not like long email. We call them newspaper. I don't like
Yeah.
newspaper. Just go get to the point.
What is it that you want, woman?
Yeah. So now we developed speaking face to face
Yeah.
rather than typing because a lot can be misunderstood
Yes.
in the text.
Yes.
So yeah.
And
That is it for me from the communication
Yeah.
part because this guy enjoyed his peace.
Yeah.
He enjoyed his peace. He doesn't want arguments. He just keep quiet.
yeah.
And I when I look back, I had to reflect on the relationship, the ups and downs, particularly for people out there who's thinking when they look at a marriage and they got a certain perception about it, that what kept it together.
Yeah.
And I would say during that time when we had our struggles was both people, I knew nothing then. So two people can never be right. If anything I've learned out of the struggles we had is that the two of us can never be right. One of us is wrong. So what then? And I knew nothing about the levels of grace. But strangely enough, like Priscilla mentioned that I used to protect her. Yeah, I was more for peace rather than anything else because I thought my way of sorting out anything else, I rather need to give in, compromise, be the one who's a peacemaker out of
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not even sure now when I'm thinking about it, was I really with my actions, was that sorting out things? And it wasn't. It wasn't. And this is a thing I always say to guys that, relationships are so unique
Yeah.
that what we go through as couples cannot be replicated. To saying, I think when we went through this is what you need to do. Because at that time, maybe the environment was slightly different and how things took place as well.
Yeah.
So I've learned that rather than giving in, saying sorry, I used to say sorry, even if I'm not the one who's wrong.
Or even when you don't understand.
Yeah, why am I?
Just to
And
get
she's
out
wa-
of the
Just to
situation.
get out of, yeah, because I'm for peace. And she'll ask, what are you sorry for? Now she's pressing me now because
I like that.
I'm trying for peace. What are you sorry for? Because I like that. Because essentially, without her knowing what she did, then is that she pulled me out of my comfort zone to allow me to express myself. Because what I was essentially doing, I'll push things away. In my way, I think I'm sorting out things. And that's not the way you go about in sorting out that. Then, now she when she does that, now she must now be able to stand because now there's going to be a communication back and forth. Now the things which are coming out from my side, one of the things I don't like, what's it doing? Now I'm talking now. I'm bringing the files up. Do you remember? And also that is not fair because now I'm pulling now files out. It's not fair. Yeah, it's not fair on her. So
I need to mention something.
Yeah.
So I talked about food. There's a certain way that we cook in the village.
Yeah.
One, because of poverty. We don't have time. As long as you've got salt and raja and thing, you are fine. And then he's coming, his mother was a domestic worker, cooking for Jews. So he's used to good food. And then here I come, I'm trying to cook for him.
I can imagine.
oh man.
And one day he was like, no, man, I don't want this food. That broke me. That broke me. But then again, from there, I'm like, I'm not cooking again. Because at the beginning of the relationship, you've been eating this. Now we are married. Now you are coming out.
Anymore.
No. I get we always say that marriage doesn't change a person; it reveals them. Because when he was eating it at first, it's not as if he was enjoying it. But you know what I mean?
Even now, he's the one who's cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's
you just
cool.
He
decided.
Cooks. I know I chop stuff, I fix things, and then I put them there. And then he.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
That's so
my
cool.
word.
Because can I tell you, that's one of the things that a lot of couples often use as a point of division. You guys found a way around it so that you and it's a very great conflict resolution strategy. So that you are able to leverage on each other's strengths.
Yes.
And that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And
Instead
that's
of fighting
instead of
over
fighting
differences.
over stuff.
Most people judge us like, you don't cook for your husband. I'm like, I don't.
No, he
Yeah.
must make his own Jewish.
But I know how to do breakfast. I can boil eggs. I can fry. I can make it
Priscilla,
toast.
I know how to make Kellogg's.
Guys, look, man, we will never finish this. The journey of 24 years is never an easy one. But I quickly want us, as we are about to close in a few minutes, fast forward. You guys are finding yourself in ministry.
Yeah.
How did after all of that, how did we get to that decision of saying, okay, this is who we are. We feel that God has got a calling in our lives. How did you guys get to that decision?
With me, I've been, both of us, we've been running away. We've been running away until one day I was driving to work, and just to cut a long story short on my side, and I accepted. I said, yes, Lord. I literally with the loud voice, I said, Lord, I accept. And immediately I started organizing a movement. God gave me a name.
Yeah.
And I started gathering women, empowering them, mainly focusing on building godly relationships. Because other people are in relationship, they think they are in the right relationship or they are doing things right. Just like us, we thought we were doing things right. We thought we were aligned with what God wants for us, but we weren't. And fast forward, I've been traveling all over, and even outside South Africa by the grace of God. And then my husband joined in later. We both went to Bible school. Just recently, this year, that is when we started our ministry, Purpose Church, in Alberton, Brackenhurst. And We are going strong.
Yeah.
We are going
Yeah.
strong. But it wasn't easy because we're thinking about lots of things.
Yeah.
Like finances. We've seen people, pastors struggling. So we didn't want that thing of saying now we're gonna depend on the congregation
Yes.
for money and all that. So we decided, you know what? Let's use our garage.
Yeah.
Let's use our garage. So we are in our garage right now. It's very intimate, very few people, but the spirit of the Lord is there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you began this year,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
makes
And
sense.
I mean, humble beginnings.
Yes.
You should never take those for granted. And Pastor Sir?
From my side, I would say, apart from running away, it wasn't an easy decision. Okay, I've got a career this side. I'm working. I'm the breadwinner, and I'm thinking, in many fronts, this is not something you wake up. I knew we are called, but I always make excuses for that. I says, you know what? I'll wait until we have finances.
Yeah.
And as time goes on, and I realize that this time will never come. There's always going to be something.
Yeah.
And then we'll make an excuse about that. 2 years, I think 2 years, Priscilla went to Bible school before me, to a CFCI, and she did a diploma there. And I didn't do it because I was busy traveling overseas and etc. And in my quiet time, I prayed. You know, sometimes you pray, God does not speak. And she was pushing me, and this is real, and I want people to hear this. This is so real. And I said to God, when I was private conversation now, she doesn't know about it, that I don't want to go into something because Priscilla,
Wants to do
she's
it.
going into this now. And she's way ahead of me. She's doing all kinds of things. As she said, she's got a movement, a woman at the battlefield, she's doing things, she's there. And I'm supporting in all of this. But I'm telling myself that I don't want to get into something which I'm not called until God speaks. And she was pushing me because she wants us to do this together. And she's here, she will tell you. That I still said no. I'm not ready. Then she will see couples who serve together. Let's do this. I said no.
Until.
And that went on for 2, 3 years, 4 years. Until, God touched me. And when the things of the Spirit touch you, you cannot explain that when that happens. And at that time, there were no more excuses for me. We went to Cape Town on a vacation, and I told her there that I preached on the 31st, the Eve, a message from the book of Acts
Yeah.
about the story of the man who was always put in front of Gate Beautiful. It's funny that it was my first preaching that, when I preached that, is that, and this is where God touched me in that scripture, is that the Bible says that Peter and John, they are on their way to, to prayer of hour, as the Bible say, we're putting it, prayer of hour, and that is every day. Everybody's going to prayer of hour. They passing this man who will always put there.
Yeah.
And Bible says that on their way, approaching Gate Beautiful, they saw this man. They say they stumble upon this man.
Yeah.
And they did not pass. Everybody is passing. Like we normally in our own experience as well. Everybody's passing this man. The two of them, they stopped. The Bible says that it was John who says, look on us.
Yeah.
Because he was begging, looking the other way. They say, look on us.
That's powerful.
And it was a struggle for this man. He looked up unto them. Peter looked him right in the eye. He says, silver and gold we do not have, but in the name of Jesus, get up and walk. He said, silver and gold I do not have.
Yeah.
And that speak to me at the time is that a number of things came out of that, is that, sometimes is that you don't know when God is going to change your life. So what happened there, a lot of people, if you get the revelation about the text, is that there was an exchange of power. There was an exchange of power. The man received his breakthrough. Peter and John received power.
Yeah.
And we institutionalized the church. We're saying that it needs to be in the four walls. And God says, Shawn, you've been talking about you don't want to start what I ask you to do. Because you've been talking about, I'm waiting for a building. The building is not going to come. Your ministry is outside, not inside the church.
Oh, yes.
You know, when that hit me, I thought, wow. Wow. I did not look back. The whole issue about the building,
Yeah.
it was not part of my vocabulary anymore.
You looked at it differently.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Because it spoke to me, it says, wow, everybody wants a building. The text speaks to me, says, the church is not in the building. Your ministry is not in the building. Your ministry is outside.
Yo, guys.
Until we step outside. Because all of us, we're looking for, you know, the glam, the lights, everything else, the chandeliers and everything.
The state of the art.
Yeah. The mics and everything else.
The state of the art
Yeah.
building.
Oh,
Guys,
wow.
thank you so much. Oh, this has been incredible. Thank you so much. I feel like there's an unfinished
I feel like
Part.
that.
Yeah, I feel like that too.
we will get
there's
to
so
the
much.
unfinished, I think, with the next
Yeah.
sitting. But thank you so much for your time. This has been
Yeah.
incredible. I mean it when I say I feel like we have not even touched some of the parts of this conversation. But I think for the purposes of this episode, we really wish to thank you for your time, you know, and opening yourselves to us and the audience in terms of your journey, which has been incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for tuning in this week's episode of Love, Marriage, and Family Podcast. And we hope that it has been an inspiration to you, as it's always an inspiration to us. Leave us a comment, let us know what you think, and we'll see you again next time.
A lot of people have been asking, so how do you get your guests
Yeah,
and all of
yeah.
that to be part of the show and be invited as a guest? You can send us an email at podcast@moyenpindi.com, podcast@moyenpindi.com. Same email address even if you want to advertise on the podcast. Until next time, thank you.